there are people listening to this that are in a 9 to 5, or hell, they're even entrepreneurs, but they're taking their cash and they're buying liabilities, and they've gotten themselves into a position where they haven't made the best financial decisions. As a financial educator, as a coach, what what are some of the first 2 or 3 steps, action items you would instruct them to do to start working their way out of that?
Yeah, what a great question. Well, they have to know straight away that it's not too late, and there's
Mm,
no there's no perfect time to become financially literate and financially independent. Today is the day, right? Like, if you're
mm,
gonna take a stand right now. Like, today's the day I'm going to become financially literate and move towards financial freedom. So it's like a decision. No matter what sort of sticky situation you're in. I've had students come through before where they've got $80,000 worth of high interest credit card debt. They've got all these liabilities. They don't have extra income. They've got partners that don't talk to them about money. By all accounts, it's a real problem. And
yeah.
the way out of that is pretty much the same for most people. So whoever's listening to this is what I would suggest in a couple of steps that you do to start moving yourself towards freedom. Well, certainly financial peace, because a lot of people are in financial
Mm,
crisis. And
I like
so I
that.
would say towards financial peace is one, you've got to do an audit of your accounts, which means if you don't know where you are, then you can't make any measured steps to get out of it. And so I tell my students, or I teach them incidentally, to do an audit, which includes going through your bank statements and really understanding what your assets are, what your liabilities are, what your actual income is cash flow wise, and what your outgoings are every month. And your bank account will show it. And the reason people don't want to do that is because when they look at their bank statement, it's a personal development journey by itself. They're like, it's like looking in the mirror at all your sins of what you've done with your money, and people don't want to see it. They don't want to look at it.
Yeah.
And so that first step can be challenging. It's like, oh my God, I've got to look at it now. And when you look at it, you must go down it and start ticking off and crossing out all the things that you really don't need. Because what happens to us all is we slowly get cooked in a pot of entitlement. And we don't realize we're entitled until, we're like the proverbial frog in the pot that boils over time. But as soon as you chuck it in there and it's already hot, it jumps straight out. So if you were to be thrown into your financial situation green, you would be like, it's hot, get me out. But because you slowly boiled yourself over time with, I need this, I deserve this, I worked hard, I need, and this need, I want, this entitlement has caught up to a lot of people. So I'd say draw a line in the sand, put a stake in the ground and say, that's it. I'm no longer entitled. What am I going to get rid of from my life? And so it's a change of behavior, because at the end of the day, all your money is a byproduct of your daily behavior. And so if you can go through and cross out all the things you don't need anymore, and it's brutal. It's a little bit like when you go and you throw out your clothes. When you go in
Yeah.
every 6 to 12 months, you look at your wardrobe and you
Sure.
say, I need to get rid, and you feel like the clothes have feelings. You're like, oh, I love this shit. And so you get emotionally attached to this thing. It's the
Sure.
same with like when you go to, oh, I've got to delete my Amazon app. Or I can't have Uber Eats. So it's a very emotional thing to get rid of these things because it's a shift in behavior. And most people hate changing. It
Yeah.
sucks. So that's the first step. You've got to do it. Once you're done, you'll feel like it's a cleansing experience. And it's a minimalist approach to life. And it feels great. So that's the
Yeah.
first step. The second step is when you find that free cash flow that you're creating by cutting your costs, the objective then is to, if you can, pay down any high interest debt. Start with the highest interest credit card debt you have first and
Yep.
slowly make your way down. I think Dave Ramsey talks about snowballing that away over time.
Hmm.
And if you don't have any debt, congratulations. You're one of the very few people in the world that doesn't. But that's when you've got to start investing. And what you can do is, particularly if you're in the States, you would max out your IRA. Like in the United States, you can put in $6,000 to $7,000 every year into a tax effective account and select assets of your own choosing. So let's say it's stocks, or it might be an index fund, the S&P 500, something like that. You would put your first 6 to 7,000 every year into that IRA, that Roth IRA. And just by doing that, if you just did that the next 20 years, you're going to build tremendous amounts of wealth. Like you will. So I think they're the two simplest steps. Beyond the next step, the third one, it's not for everybody, but I highly encourage it. I think in this day and age, you almost can't get away without having it. So it would be to develop that 5 to 9 that you spoke about. So yes, you've got your 9 to 5, but hey, The 5 to 9, what is it? Is it affiliate marketing? Is it network marketing? Is it Ubering? Is it babysitting dogs? My wife makes like thousands of dollars looking after dogs. Is it DoorDash? Like, what is this side thing? A business? What is it that you're doing with your phone and your time and the internet and AI now? It's so simple to use things like ChatGPT to craft content. And so what are you doing with that 5 to 9? Because an extra, $500 a week, an extra $1,000 a month, even if you're putting that away into assets, you can compound that to $1 million if invested correctly. But you got to develop the cash first. And I just don't
Yep.
think people realize what it takes to build wealth, and it takes everything you've got. So the 3
Yeah.
steps would be: do your audit today. The second step would be max out your IRA with that extra cash you're finding every single year. Don't touch it. Don't rob the account. And the third step would be get a 5 to 9, get a side hustle, and
Yep.
don't just play with it like a hobby. Get after it, get amongst it, and really build that thing to like 1,000 a month, 5,000 a month. Go after it. Sacrifice your time today over the short to medium term to have this freedom in life you want in the long term. That's what I would do with 3 things.